The land we now call America has a long and rich history. For thousands of years before European arrival, diverse indigenous cultures thrived. From the Arctic to the Southwest, Native Americans developed unique ways of life. They adapted to different environments and built complex societies. In the eastern woodlands, tribes like the Iroquois Confederacy formed sophisticated political systems. The Cherokee people in the southeast developed a written language and a constitution. On the Great Plains, nomadic tribes like the Sioux and Cheyenne followed buffalo herds, essential to their way of life. The Pacific Northwest was home to tribes like the Chinook, known for their fishing skills and totem poles. These cultures, each with their own traditions and beliefs, shaped the land for centuries. They left an indelible mark on the landscape and a legacy that continues to inspire and inform us today. The arrival of Christopher Columbus in 1492 marked a turning point in American history. It initiated an era of European exploration and colonization. Spanish conquistadors, seeking gold and glory, established colonies in the South and Southwest. English settlers arrived in the early 1600s, founding Jamestown, Virginia, and Plymouth, Massachusetts. French explorers explored the Mississippi River Valley and established trading posts. The Dutch established New Amsterdam, later New York City. This period of colonization had a devastating impact on Native Americans. European diseases decimated indigenous populations. Conflicts over land and resources led to wars and displacement. The introduction of slavery, primarily from Africa, forever altered the social fabric of the colonies. The foundation for a new nation was being laid, but at a heavy cost. By the mid-18th century, tensions between Great Britain and its American colonies were rising. Colonists resented increasing British control over their affairs. Issues like taxation without representation and restrictions on westward expansion fueled discontent. In 1775, the conflict erupted into open warfare with the battles of Lexington and Concord. The Continental Army, led by General George Washington, fought for independence. The Declaration of Independence, signed in 1776, proclaimed the colonies' right to self-government. After a long and arduous struggle, the American colonies emerged victorious. The Treaty of Paris in 1783 officially recognized the United States of America as an independent nation. This victory paved the way for the establishment of a new form of government based on liberty and self-determination. Following independence, the newly formed nation faced the challenge of establishing a government. The Articles of Confederation, adopted in 1777, proved too weak to effectively govern the fledgling nation. In 1787, delegates met at the Constitutional Convention and drafted the United States Constitution. This document created a federal system of government with a balance of power between the states and the federal government. George Washington became the first president in 1789, setting precedents for the young nation. The early republic saw westward expansion, fueled by the Louisiana Purchase in 1803. This expansion led to conflicts with Native American tribes and ignited debates over slavery. The nation grappled with internal divisions while striving to establish its place on the world stage. Section 5. A Nation Divided, the Civil War, and Reconstruction. The issue of slavery continued to plague the nation, leading to increasing sectional tensions. By the mid-19th century, the United States was divided between the North, which opposed slavery, and the South, which relied on enslaved labor for its economy. In 1860, the election of Abraham Lincoln, who opposed slavery's expansion, proved to be a catalyst for secession. 11 Southern states seceded from the Union, forming the Confederate States of America. The Civil War began in 1861 with the Confederate attack on Fort Sumter. The Civil War was a bloody and brutal conflict that lasted 4 years. It resulted in the deaths of over 600,000 Americans. The Union victory in 1865 preserved the nation and abolished slavery. The Reconstruction era that followed aimed to rebuild the South and integrate formerly enslaved people into society. Section 6. Progress and its price, industrialization and immigration. The late 19th century witnessed rapid industrialization and urbanization in the United States. Technological advancements like the steam engine, electricity, and the telephone transformed American society. Factories sprung up in cities, attracting waves of immigrants seeking new opportunities. millions of immigrants from Europe, Asia, and Latin America poured into the United States, seeking a better life. This influx of people fueled industrial growth but also led to social tensions. Cities struggled to accommodate the growing populations, leading to overcrowding and poverty. Labor unions emerged to fight for workers' rights in the face of harsh working conditions. The gap between the rich and the poor widened. The nation grappled with the challenges of rapid change while striving to assimilate its diverse population. Section 7. Global Engagements, World Wars and Economic Depression. As the 20th century dawned, the United States emerged as a global power, asserting its influence on the world stage. The country entered World War I in 1917, siding with the Allies against Germany and the Central Powers. This marked a significant shift in American foreign policy. The war effort mobilized the nation's industries and resources, contributing to an Allied victory. American factories and workers played a crucial role in supplying the war effort. Following the war, the United States experienced a period of economic prosperity known as the Roaring Twenties. This era was characterized by cultural dynamism and economic growth. However, this boom was followed by the devastating Great Depression in 1929. The stock market crash led to widespread financial turmoil. The stock market crash plunged the nation into economic hardship, with widespread unemployment and poverty. Many Americans faced unprecedented challenges during this time. The New Deal programs implemented by President Franklin D. Roosevelt aimed to provide relief, recovery, and reform. These initiatives sought to stabilize the economy and provide jobs. These programs brought significant changes to the role of government in American life. The New Deal laid the foundation for modern social welfare programs. As the world plunged into another global conflict, the United States faced difficult choices about its role in international affairs. The decisions made during this period would shape the future of the nation and the world. Section 8. The Cold War and Civil Rights, a Time of Struggle and Progress. After World War II, the United States emerged as a superpower, a nation with newfound global influence and responsibilities. Locked in a rivalry with the Soviet Union known as the Cold War, a period marked by intense political and military tension. This ideological conflict shaped global politics for decades, influencing international relations and domestic policies, leading to proxy wars and the ever-present threat of nuclear annihilation, which loomed over the world. Domestically, the United States grappled with issues of racial inequality, a deep-seated problem that demanded urgent attention. The civil rights movement gained momentum in the 1950s and 60s as people from all walks of life joined the struggle for justice, with leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. advocating for equality and an end to segregation, inspiring millions with their vision. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 marked a significant victory, and the Voting Rights Act of 1965 further solidified these gains, were landmark achievements in the fight for racial justice, paving the way for future progress. This era also witnessed significant advancements in science and technology as humanity reached for the stars. The United States achieved a major milestone in 1969, capturing the world's imagination when Neil Armstrong became the first person to walk on the moon, a moment that symbolized human ingenuity and perseverance. The nation continued to evolve, facing new challenges and opportunities, addressing social injustices while pushing the boundaries of human achievement, striving to create a better future for all. Section 9. The Modern Era. From the 20th century into the 21st. The late 20th and early 21st centuries brought significant changes to the United States, shaping the nation in profound ways. The fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989 marked the end of the Cold War, ushering in a new era of globalization and international cooperation. The terrorist attacks of September 11, 2001 profoundly impacted the nation, leading to wars in Afghanistan and Iraq, and changing the global landscape of security. The digital revolution transformed communication, commerce, and culture, making the world more interconnected than ever before. The rise of the internet and social media connected people in unprecedented ways, but also presented new challenges such as privacy concerns and the spread of misinformation. The United States continued to grapple with issues such as economic inequality, climate change, and political polarization, which have sparked widespread debate and activism. Despite these challenges, the nation remained a beacon of hope and opportunity for many, attracting people from all over the world seeking a better life. The election of Barack Obama as the first African-American president in 2008 marked a historic moment, symbolizing progress in the nation's ongoing journey toward equality. The United States continues to evolve, navigating a rapidly changing world, while striving to uphold its founding ideals of liberty, equality, and justice for all, ensuring that the American dream remains alive for future generations.